here at the 6th European Bioplastics Conference in Berlin with Rodrigo Belloli of Braskem. Rodrigo, we've all heard about the plant bottle, and mostly in the industry we've heard about the plant bottle in respect of the Coca-Cola product and Dasani. And in that respect, it's a PET bottle with a proportion of plant-based material. However, I'm with you here, and we have the Odwalla bottle, which is also a plant bottle, but different. Please explain to me the key difference.
Yeah, exactly, Bill. This plant bottle of Odwalla is completely different than the normal plant bottle Coke has launched some months ago for PET bottles. So as the HDP, green HDP Braskem is producing with the green ethylene, can reach until 100% green content. I mean, 100% of the green ethylene Braskem is producing today is based on sugarcane-based ethanol. We can reach in this new plant bottle from Coke up to 100% bio content. So that is the difference of the claims. For PET bottle, Coke can claim just up to 30% bio-based content. But as they're using the green HDP from Braskem for this Odwalla bottle, they can claim up to 100% plant-based.
And it's not the only beverage industry application either. I believe that the Tetra Pak closure with the Nestle milk brands in Brazil also has this application in it. Can you explain more about that?
Exactly. Actually, Braskem is producing grades of HDP and linear low density with the sugarcane-based ethanol, Bill. So we can reach many applications. The applications you can have with the normal polyethylene, you can have with the green polyethylene. So for example, for the caps of these milk beverage of Nestle, the caps that are produced by Tetra Pak, Braskem is supplying the green polyethylene to produce those caps. Also we have, as a global partner, Danone is producing in Europe the Actimel bottles, with also these green HDP blow molding grades. In Brazil, they are also producing Activia bottles and Danone bottles. It's a brand, Brazilian name for Danone in Brazil.
Okay. The Danone product, of course, won the Bioplastics Award last night at the awards dinner here at the conference. What other applications do you see for the future? This is very new still. This is only recently in the market and only recently applied with well-known brands. What does the immediate future hold for Braskem and this new technology?
Yeah, we see all the applications where the conventional polyethylene is today. That's the one of the big advantages of green polyethylene. That green polyethylene from Braskem is able to reach all the applications that a conventional polyethylene has today. And you see conventional polyethylene in many of beverage packagings, for example. So film applications, blow mold applications, injection molding. So all these kind of applications where you have a normal polyethylene, you can have with the green polyethylene.
Okay, so if a brand owner is looking to improve its green credentials, it's looking to reduce its carbon footprint, come out with a better life cycle analysis, what proportion change does this represent for a brand owner if they're going to change the packaging?
Yeah, green polyethylene has a great advantage in terms of life cycle analysis. If you take just carbon footprint, a conventional polyethylene has 2.1 tons of CO2 emissions per ton of polymer. A green polyethylene, that is Braskem green polyethylene, has a minus 2.5 tons of CO2 per tons of polymer of carbon footprint. That means that green polyethylene captures and fixed 2.5 tons of CO2 from the atmosphere for each ton of green polyethylene produced. The whole difference, if you take the emissions from a conventional polyethylene to the capture from a green polyethylene, it means 4.6 tons of CO2 less emissions per ton of polymer. If you take that for a normal client that usually consumed a huge amount of polyethylene, that could mean a very relevant impact in their carbon inventories. So they can diminish their carbon inventory if they replace a conventional polyethylene by per a green polyethylene. for a green polyethylene.
So a really significant change, and something that you can actually put onto the label of the bottle to make a 100% claim, which is something that any consumer will easily understand.
Exactly. Actimel bottles in France are claiming 95% bio content. So Danone has a target of reducing 30% of their carbon footprint by 2012. And green polyethylene is having a very important role for Danone today in terms of reducing their carbon footprint. So they are also intending to have green polyethylene packaging products in the US and expand the Europe applications, because green polyethylene has a very relevant impact when you want to reduce carbon footprint.
One last question. There's a lot of confusion in people's minds when they hear the word bio, about biofuels and bioplastics, and the debate becomes very confused. The raw materials, the organic raw material that goes into making the biomass, that goes into making green ethanol, that doesn't put any pressure on feedstocks of any other kind, am I right?
Yeah, that's a very good question, Bill, because sugarcane in Brazil is a very well recognized biosource. Regarding this issue of food competition, sugarcane really has no problem with that. First of all, the area dedicated to plant sugarcane in Brazil that is going for ethanol is equivalent to 1.5% of the Brazilian arable lands. If you take the amount of ethanol that is going to produce 200,000 tons of green polyethylene per year, that's our capacity, that's Braskem capacity, it represents 0.02% of the arable lands. That's because the main market for ethanol in Brazil is the fuel market, not the plastic market. So the ethanol that Braskem today is purchasing from the market to produce green polyethylene is less than 2% of the Brazilian ethanol production. Other very important point that shows that there's no relation between food competition and Braskem's green pea is that for sugarcane in Brazil you have three main products: the sugar, the ethanol, and also bioelectricity. That when you burn bagasse, you generate bioelectricity through that. So when you have a new sugar mill in Brazil to produce sugar, you necessarily need to produce ethanol. So the increase of sugar production because of demand by food will increase the ethanol production necessarily. Ethanol is, you can say, it's almost a co-product of the sugar production. So it's definitely something that will come together with the increase of food production.
So a truly, in every respect, sustainable story.
Exactly, definitely a sustainable story. Braskem has been certified by ISCC, this International Sustainability and Carbon Certification. And the ISCC is a very well recognized international certification process that certifies from the sugarcane plantation until the green polyethylene production. And this certification process verifies all the aspects of the life cycle of this product, social and environmental aspects. WWF supports ISCC. So indeed, sugarcane has no problem at all with food.
Rodrigo, thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks again for downloading this podcast. For more news, analysis, opinion, interviews and multimedia for the food and beverage industry, go to foodbev.com.